The world has changed. The light is fading. There's a moment when the trees change color and the light goes away, when something shifts inside me. And for the first time since spring, I can finally breathe. Before knowing I was a highly sensitive person, for a long time, I believe I was broken somehow, flawed. Highly sensitive person experience everything more intensely. The lights, the sounds, the experiences, and I thought it was a weakness. But I have learned that it's actually a gift. We see the world through a different set of lenses. And it's beautiful, but sometimes it can be a bit intense. Hi, my name is Antonella, and if you are new here, welcome to my off-grid cabin in the Italian Alps. As you may have guessed, I'm a highly sensitive person, or HSP. For most people, autumn means the end of summer's fun. Shorter days, colder weather, things to mourn. But for me, autumn is when my nervous system finally gets permission to rest. And today I want to share why this season isn't just my favorite, it's actually essential for my well-being as a highly sensitive person. Because if you're someone who feels things deeply, who gets overstimulated by noises and crowded schedules, who's been running on empty since June, well, this video might just change how you see this new season. So, grab something warm to drink, get cozy, and let's talk about autumn's gentle magic. Let me tell you something that might sound strange. I celebrate when the days get shorter. While everyone else is lamenting the loss of summer's long days, posting sad social media updates about darkness arriving at 4, my shoulders literally drop with relief. You see, for a highly sensitive person, summer's endless daylight can feel just like someone left all the lights on your brain on for 24/7. There's no natural off switch, no gentle dimming that tells your nervous system, okay, you can rest now. But Autumn gives us that dimmer switch back. When darkness arrives earlier every day, it's like nature herself is saying, now you can slow down. Now you can turn inward. Now you can just be. And my highly sensitive brain, which has been processing every sound, every sensation, every social interaction at maximum volume for months, finally gets to turn down the intensity. The shortened daylight isn't a loss, it's a gift. It's nature on volume control, turning down the stimulation that can overwhelm sensitive nervous systems like mine. And honestly, there's something deeply comforting about darkness arriving early. It gives me permission to rest, to retreat, to honor my need for quiet without feeling guilty about it. Every day, whenever I'm not busy at the cabin, I take a walk through this alpine forest. And in autumn, these walks become something more than habit. They become therapy. Summer forests are a lot. Bright sun filtering through leaves, insects buzzing constantly, hikers chatting, dogs barking, the heat pressing down. For a highly sensitive person, it can be overwhelming sometimes. Too many inputs, too much stimulation. But autumn forests, they're different. The colors are just softer, ambers and gold that rest tired eyes instead of demanding attention. They embrace you and warm your soul. Just the whisper of wind through the branches, the crunch of leaves underfoot, maybe the distant call of a bird. The air is cooler, it just feels like a gentle caress rather than an assault. And the scent, this deep scent that you can smell, the earth, the renewal, the wetness, mushroom emerging after rain, of wood, of moss and soil. These mushrooms here, they only appear in autumn. There's something meditative about searching for them, moving slowly, looking carefully, being fully present. A walk in mindfulness. There's no rush here, no pressure to perform or produce, just us and the forest, both preparing for winter's rest. And I think that that's what highly sensitive person need most. Spaces where they can simply exist without the constant demand of engage, to respond or process at high speed. The forest in autumn doesn't ask anything of me. It just holds space. And that's the most healing thing I know. As the external world contracts with shorter days and colder weather, I find myself expanding my internal world. My cabin transforms in what I call a cozy sanctuary. The flickering glow creates just shadows that dance around me. Candle lights instead of harsh overhead lights. The flickering glow creates shadows that dance all around me, and they create a world of their own. I probably have way too many candles and way too many types of teas, but each one is a tiny act of self-care, a reminder that I'm allowed to create gentleness in my space. Music keeps us company sometimes, but I often choose gentle melodies that complement the sound of the forest, blending with the tip-tapping of rain on the cabin roof rather than erasing it, or with the wind through the pines outside. Hot tea. Always hot tea in autumn. The ritual of making it, the warmth of the mug in my hands, the steam rising. It's all part of creating that feeling of safety and comfort. Warm blankets, soft textures, physical warmth that mirrors the emotional warmth of feeling safe, protected, and allowed to simply exist without performance of productivity. This is my sanctuary, and in autumn, when the world outside grows darker and colder, this becomes essential, not indulgent, essential for my well-being as a highly sensitive person. Because here, I don't have to filter anything. I don't have to manage sensory overload. I just can be. You know, I think one of the hardest things about being a highly sensitive person in our modern world is that we are constantly told that our need for quiet, for slowness, for withdrawal is somehow wrong. That we should just push through, that we should keep up, that needing rest means we're weak or lazy or not trying hard enough. I've done that for many years, but I discovered that there is a gentler way to take care about myself, another way to live, and it's absolutely fine. And summer, especially with its social demands, its bright energy, its expectation of constant activity, can leave a highly sensitive person like me feeling completely depleted. The days never seem to end. But autumn teaches something our culture has forgotten. Withdrawal isn't weakness. That quietness isn't emptiness, and reflection isn't laziness. Look at the trees outside. They're not apologizing for letting go. They're not guilty about preparing for rest. They're following their natural rhythm. And that's what autumn gives us permission to do. To follow our natural rhythm. To process the intensity of summer's social demands. To release what no longer serves us, just like the tree released the leaves. To prepare for winter's deep rest without feeling guilty. To honor our need for solitude and gentle stimulation. If you're a fellow highly sensitive person watching this, I want you to know that your need for this kind of quiet, reflective season isn't a flaw. It's not something to fix or overcome. So as the day grows shorter and the air grows colder, I'm not mourning summer's end. I'm celebrating autumn's arrival. Those long forest walk, letting nature's autumn palette soothe my overstimulated nervous system. I'm creating my cozy sanctuary with dim light and soft sounds. I'm honoring the shorter days as nature's gift, not as a loss. And I'm giving myself permission, full unapologetic permission, to rest. Because in the end, that's what autumn is really about for highly sensitive people. It's not an ending, it's homecoming. So I'm curious, what does autumn mean to you? Are you someone who feels the same sense of relief when the days get shorter? Or maybe you're discovering for the first time that you are maybe a highly sensitive person. I'd love to hear your experience in the comments below. I read every single one, and there's something really special about connecting with other sensitive souls who understand this. And if this video resonated with you, consider subscribing. I share more about slow living, off-grid cabin life, and navigating the world as a highly sensitive person here in the Italian Alps. Thanks so much for spending this time with me today. I hope autumn brings you the peace and gentleness you deserve. And until next time, take care. Ciao.